And now the former NFL quarterback is one phone call away from making it to Major League Baseball. Maybe a little luck, but definitely a lot of skill involved for Cam Spalding as he takes his talents to Washington, D.C. this week for the All-Star break. And it comes with a pretty cool bonus, too. But to these teammates, lacrosse serves as the crossroad for the bonds that they've created. The same strained calf that we've been talking about since April, and the one that he said wouldn't cause him to miss any snaps at the QB position come preseason. Ball State men's volleyball team had their eyes set on starting 1-0 in the MEVA Conference over the weekend, but it wasn't going to come easy. Home might be where the heart is, but for Blake Siebeneller, the past few years, it's been wherever the puck lands. Indiana Tech lacrosse team's success in recent years proves that they're a tough opponent on any team's schedule. But to these teammates, lacrosse serves as the crossroad for the bonds that they've created. Teammates, friends, family. For some teams, the interactions with each other stop once the game ends. But these players keep a connection that's deeper than their sport.
It's cliche, but it is a family of sorts. You know, we spend a lot of time together, and it's a tight-knit group.
The Warriors spend up to 5 hours a day with each other, 6 days a week. They even have a buddy system, where an upperclassman buddies with an underclassman and serves as their mentor.
Mine is Dylan. He's a freshman from Wisconsin. I hang out with him every day pretty much on campus.
With eyes set on a national championship this year, the mentors understand they have a key role in giving their mentees advice.
I've been there, that freshman nerves for the first couple of games. I tell them, you've been playing lacrosse for a decent amount. You're good enough to be here, so be confident and wear that out on the field.
Whether the Warriors win the conference or national title this year, this team has created a tie that'll stretch beyond their 4 years in college.
As the years went on, like the months and weeks practicing together, I became very comfortable with everyone, and I consider having another family here when I'm away from home.
Solid chemistry is at the core of this team. The Warriors are 5-1 on the season and are on a 3-game winning streak heading into their matchup on Saturday against Concordia University. Reporting from Indiana Tech, Colton Howard, ABC 21. It turns out Indiana does have an all-star this baseball season. He hails from a batting cage in the country, and he can hit it a country mile.
Did he drive here? We hear that a lot. What are you feeding that kid? We hear that a lot. Do you have his birth certificate?
The most important piece of paper 12-year-old Cameron Spalding owns is a plane ticket to and from Washington, D.C. to Major League Baseball's all-star festivities, and he earned it by getting into a little trouble.
So we were at a tournament in Greenfield. My grandma wanted to go eat, and I was like, no, I want to compete because I just saw the competition after the game we did.
Grandma agreed to let her guard down, and Cameron caught fire. Victory Field, Guarantee Rate Stadium. He won them all and qualified for the finals of Major League Baseball's pitch, hit, and run contest.
Top 24 of 650,000.
It's not bad.
No, not bad.
Maybe a little luck, but definitely a lot of skill involved for Cam Spalding as he takes his talents to Washington, D.C. this week for the All-Star break. And it comes with a pretty cool bonus, too.
I'm competing, and then I get shag balls for the home run derby. There's the best hitters in the game get to hit, and you never know if you're going to take one to the face.
The biggest moonshot isn't going to come off the bat of Baez or Schwarber. That belongs to one beaming mom.
Oh, over the moon. I couldn't be more proud. So as long as he stays positive and happy, and I will be very proud of him.
Keep crushing it, Cam. Colton Howard, 24-Hour News 8. Evening, everyone, and thanks for stopping by. Blake Bortles and the Jags are imploding, and the Colts want to help the cause. Jacksonville's dropped 4 straight games, and tomorrow, Andrew Luck can make it 3 straight Colts wins for the first time in over 3 years. Both teams coming off of a bye. Bortles struggles without running back Leonard Fournette may end tomorrow because of 2 reasons. Number 1, Fournette's back after missing 5 weeks. And number 2, Bortles owns the Colts, 4-2 with 10 touchdowns and 0 interceptions over his last 6 games. Now on the other side, can the Colts move Luck's sackless streak to 4 straight games?
I'm not going to go back and compare last year to this year, or any previous year to this year, any previous week to this week. But I think the guys up front are doing a really good job, and shoot, we can all still get a lot better, and then That's certainly the attitude that this team has, that O-line has. So we'll keep working to be sharper.
Whenever we can just not get him touched, not get anybody near him, he's incredible with it. So, yeah, I mean, turnovers are probably the biggest, the margin as far as win losses in the NFL, and I think we've done a great job last couple of games of keeping the ball.
To the collegiate gridiron, IU head coach Tom Allen said after the Maryland game today, the plan was to let the Terps run the ball in an attempt to limit the big plays. And the Terps took full advantage, racking up 353 yards rushing and 32 points. But somehow, Allen's plan worked. Former IU offensive coordinator Matt Canada, now the interim head coach at Maryland. Third quarter, Peyton Ramsey goes through the end zone, and Nick Westbrook makes the grab. But was he in bounds? Go to the replay. Replay says yes. Hoosiers lead 28-15. Maryland outscores IU 17-3 from there. 2 minutes left in the game. IU down 1. Logan Justice. Indiana leads 34-32 late. Maryland goes driving. Under a minute to go. Field goal wins it. Indiana on this play brings the heat. They get the strip sack. Niles Skies makes the recovery, and the party is on in B-Town. At least it's not a school night, mama. Hoosiers jump to a 5-5 on the year. Need one more win over their final 2 weeks to go bowling. Nate McMillan called Victor Oladipo's return tonight perfect. Sure, we saw signs Oladipo's legs aren't all the way back yet, but that's what 11 games off does. But there's plenty to jump into tonight outside of Oladipo's return. Thad Young made Giannis Antetokounmpo miserable. Midway through the first, Bojan Bogdanovic puts the Pacers up by a quick 13. Now, you paid to see the show, so we'll give you one here. Giannis plays on a Nerf hoop every night, but just 14 points tonight, his season low. 10 seconds left in the half. Now for Oladipo. He does what Oladipo does best, clutch city. Pacers go up by 15 at the break. Back to Young, a season best 25 points, and this baseline dunk to top it off. Pacers by 16 over the Bucks.
I ain't played in 3 weeks, so try to come out here and do too much. You kind of hurt your team a little bit in. You hurt yourself, you're not used to the rhythm of the game and things like that. So my team has been playing well. Like I said, I learned a lot sitting out and watching them. So I trust my teammates and I trust they'll make the right play. Guys stepped up and played huge tonight. Miles, Thad, DC hit big shots down the stretch. So I'm just glad to be back to health.
Say one thing, man, the East is in trouble now, boy.
Now the real story at the Fieldhouse tonight, a tic-tac-toe disaster. Pick it up, game point on each side. You hit the layup and you go throw it down for the game. Now right here, okay, potentially a move of sportsmanship. We'll call it that for now. But come on, man, it's purple. There's no happy ending to this story. The creator of tic-tac-toe's living descendants are all owed an apology tonight. Man, how embarrassing. Thanks for tuning into sports. I'm Colton Howard. Have a great night. What a night in Louisville. A roller coaster of emotions for the Purdue basketball team, but at the end result, a huge win that keeps the season alive. Ryan Klein playing hero for Purdue on Thursday night, hitting some huge shots as the Boilermakers survived a thrilling overtime battle against 2-seed Tennessee. Now Purdue moves on to the Elite Eight, a huge accomplishment for a group that's ready to make some more history this weekend. Now Purdue gets ready for its Elite Eight battle with 1-seed Virginia. That's on Saturday at 8:49 p.m. The Purdue women did not get a spot on the national tournament this season, but a few players did have some great years, including one from Fort Wayne. Carissa McLaughlin made big strides her sophomore season, leading the team with a 15-point per game average. The Homestead graduate earned a spot on the All-Big Ten first team. She says there were clear differences with her taking to the court this season. McLaughlin says after some much-needed time off, she's now back in the gym every day, working on ways to improve for next season. Purdue Fort Wayne baseball tried to get a game in on Thursday, but because of wet conditions, the Mastodons played their first official home game today, a doubleheader against South Dakota State. Dons with some tough luck in the 5th inning. Brandon Yoho looking for some extra bases, but Landon Badger goes airborne for an incredible grab, robbing at least a double for the Dons. Then, next batter, Garrett Moeller sending it far into foul territory. Nick Smith, covering a lot of ground from left field, stretches out and makes another great catch as he tumbles into the dirt. 7th inning, Dons down by 2. Alec Brunson with a base hit out to left. That drives in Trenton Stoner. Ninth inning now, 1-run game. Don's down to their last out. And Robert Young III grounds out to the second to end game 1. Jackrabbits beat Mastodons 5-4. They also win game 2 with a 12-2 final.